Namaste, Jai Bharat. It's indeed the case that the world is becoming a very, very small place, increasingly day by day. I was talking about Bangladesh. Bangladesh Prime Minister, I have to say that Prime Minister because she had not resigned. She had not resigned. She just left. Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Bangabandhu Mujibur Rahman, is still the Prime Minister of Bangladesh officially. She had not resigned. Interestingly. Then, with all kinds of stories of deep state and others, this Muhammad Yunus was planted right from above as a caretaker Prime Minister. Now the question is who takes care of Bangladesh and who shall take care of the Prime Minister? Who is supposed to be the caretaker? So no one takes care of anyone, it seems. Then there was that sentimental hunt, destruction of Hindu temples and persecution of Hindus. Someone who operated behind it, most likely the Jamaat-e-Islami, thought that will make the population, youngsters, happy. It's all supposed to be student agitation, and I'm sure there are no students in it. They are the Jamaat-e-Islami. Jamaat-e-Islami is a group of people who never got an opportunity to be ruling anywhere. Like the Taliban has got the place, somebody else has got the place. They all got chances to rule. That's the whole objective. All kinds of terror outfits. The whole objective is to get into power, get into authority, and get to rule some fools, some small nation, some people. Now this is the whole objective. So Jamaat-e-Islami had never been successful in any way. They thought they will be doing it in Bangladesh. So for that matter, they took the help of Bangladesh National Party, the BNP. They went together, they created this spurious students movement, where actually some students must definitely have been there, but then they were simply led by Fox. Like you lead the group of animals. So they were instigated on the one hand by someone else and led by somebody else. They were just going and they were just following. So the student agitation is really not student agitation. There must have been students in it, but they were all people. I mean, the boys of their choice and their instigated kind of boys. Now, it's this one thing. There's a theory which I'm telling. There's an epistemology of coexistence where people and things can coexist when there is an epistemology of coexistence. But when there's an epistemology difference, they come to join hands for convenience and for some reason, some purpose, some objectives. But then it can't be a long time association. Given differences will evolve, personal targets people said, then naturally there will be differences evolving, and that's exactly what happened between the Bangladesh National Party and the Jamaat-e-Islami. They were together in the beginning to create all the hue and cry, and then suddenly they developed differences, and they shall develop differences in time. They had just developed really 2 months, 3 months, that's how. Then the person, this so-called Nobel Prize winner, got Nobel Prize for some kind of microfinancing. These are just given. I also started losing respect for Nobel Prize by seeing these kinds of things. So he was taking care as a government, and they wanted the election to come. And if the election comes, who will win? They're not very sure right now. There's a possibility. Jamaat-e-Islami can't come in power without the support of Bangladesh National Party, and Bangladesh National Party as well now do not want the support of Jamaat-e-Islami to that extent of sharing authority and power with them. The game is power, game is authority, they wanted it. So the differences evolved. Now they are asking for, they are calling for rallies of one group. The Bangladesh National Party is calling for a rally, and then suddenly, with the coming of Donald Trump as president of the US, it makes a lot of difference in the world, unlike in the past. suddenly U.S. President Donald Trump is elected, then many people, the right-wing people and those who are against this kind of insurgencies and this kind of Islamic kind of rule, Islamic kind of domination, etc., they got revigorated. So they acquired suddenly, they became virulent and they started active. They became active. Sheikh Hasina, who was in exile, was calling for her political party, that's Awami League. Her political party is Riley. And then the BNP is opposing that we won't let it happen, all those things. So that's an impending clash between two people. There's a possibility. And this person is really caretaker who's unable to take care of himself. That's his Dr. Yunus. He wanted to continue, and at least he wanted to continue, and he possibly wanted to become the prime minister or something. But then he has no support. I don't know whoever has planted him there. I don't know what kind of thought logic they had, what kind of logic they had. You put somebody else and people will accept. In time, not possible. See, it's all kind of idiosyncrasies that has happened in the past. Create a student unrest, overthrow a government. They have been successful till that extent. Then you put a plan and you give in Nobel Prize is supposed to be decorative kind of thing, and you project him as an intellectual, but then he acts like an idiot. Then suddenly he wants to be, they thought he could be made as prime minister, they are puppet. And then those people themselves are losing their grounds, and this man naturally shall lose grounds, and then there's no one to support. Now the people in Bangladesh is calling for elections. They wanted elections. They don't want this caretaker government to be taking care of himself for a long time. Now, Sheikh Hasina is in exile, number one. Number two, she had not resigned. So officially she is still the prime minister. And then she's slowly coming into action with the coming of Donald Trump. She got courage. She's supposed to get support. And then she called for a political rally now. And these people are telling their objectives. What will happen? We'll have to wait and see what will happen. So there is all possibility that she'll go back to Bangladesh to become the prime minister, but she is legitimately the elected prime minister still. There is all possibility that she will go back to Bangladesh and become prime minister, number one option, or there will be elections in which her party can win. There is possibility of bringing this thing, that thing, let it be there, but there is a possibility that she will be winning, and then she will go back as a prime minister again. And these are the possibilities. Now, what is the fun? And suddenly there was such hue and cry, such movement, such they have rampaged her house. And everything was in the video. It's very unpleasant to speak with the things what they did in their house. Anyway, the Bangladesh is back to square one. Whosoever has lost, whatever is lost is lost. Hopefully, things may get settled down, and this big boss, that's President Trump, makes a lot of difference in the world these days, unlike in the past, because the world is in all kinds of spurious games, and this one person is hardly spurious. That's what I think should make difference. He is making difference. So we'll meet again. Till then, Namaste. Jai Bharat and Jai Shri Ram.